Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. All right, so before we go straight to the information of the day, if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome. I love you. All right. If you're just joining us, if you're not subscribed, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel and also turn the bell icon so that you will be the first to get all the information I'm going to be sharing on this channel. All right. So as somebody who is working with Excel, there are so many things you need to know, and we're going to be taking them gradually. All right. So but for today, we're going to be talking about the 5 things you need to do before formatting your data. There are 5 major things or 5 simple things you need to do before you start formatting your data. Any data that is not formatted does not have a meaning, right? It does not make any sense at all. So are you ready now? Let's get down to it. So 5 simple things you need to do to format your data properly, right? Let's start with number 1. Remember, I have a bonus point at the end of this, so make sure you watch to the end to get the bonus. All right, that bonus is even so important. All right, now number one thing you need to do as somebody who is working with Excel, number one, you need to know the type of data and its source. You need the type of data set you are working with. Number one, let me give you an example. Is it a financial data set? Is it a hospital data set? Whatever data set it is, whatever it's coming from, you need to know the source. Because when you don't understand these things, you cannot give your best. You cannot do your formatting according to the requirements of the source or of the data sets, right? So you need to know the type of data it is so that you'll be able to work with it. So that's number one. Then number two, you need to understand what this data is for and what is the problem you are going to solve with the data set. It is going to aid your formatting. What is this data for? Recently, I did an analysis on coronavirus, data set, and very soon I'm going to be talking about it. Now, one of the things I did is to understand that this data set I have is for coronavirus, right? It's a coronavirus data across the world, right? Since I have this data, it gave me an insight that, okay, what is the problem I'm trying to solve with this data? I'm trying to understand what is the rate of case increment during the time of COVID? What is the death rate? What is the impact of vaccination in the life of people who are infected with coronavirus? All right, so it helped me. I understood the problem and was able to solve it and format my data so well and used it for the analysis. All right, so you need to know the type of data you're using. You need to know the problem you are solving with your data. You also need to understand what this data is for so that you can give it your best. All right, so number 3, you must conduct an overall check to find out discrepancies, you find out nuances, you find out outliers. What do I mean? There are some information that might not be close to, might be outside what you're supposed to do. Maybe if you find in a column where you're supposed to have just text, you are seeing that inside the text there are numbers, there are fractions, there are a lot of things, there are dates inside the same column. So you need to find them out. All right, so once you find them out, that leads us to number 4. Number 4, you must list down all your findings before you start formatting so that you will not miss out on any of them. Don't just do it in your brain. Find out and write all of them down so that as we are moving on, you can always follow the pattern or follow all the things you have listed down. Now, when you are done with the ones that you have listed down, you can also do another overall check to see if there is any other thing that you are missing or there are things that you are actually missing out on. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Number 5, are you the only one working on the data? Maybe you're working with a company and the data was given to you, but right, you need to understand who are working on this data. If you are the only one that is working on this data, that means you have a lot of privileges to do a lot of things on your own. But if you are not the only one working on the data, then you must always consult the people that are working with you on that same data set to know the levels that they are playing on, right? And the place you are supposed to play on, so that you will not start doing something that another person has already done. Maybe this person has finished formatting this according to the precept or according to the guidelines given already, you yourself, you went and started doing another thing. Okay, so you must know, are you the only one working on this data? If you're the only one working on the data, then you have free liberty to do a lot of things. All right, but if you are not, you always consult your team that you are working with on the data to have a single or vision or goal in your formatting, so that everything will be one. All right, wonderful. All right, so the last part, which is the bonus I'm talking about. The bonus I'm talking about. Now, what is the requirement of the stakeholder or the owner of the data? Most of the times, people can give you a data to work on. You need to understand their requirement. No matter what you feel that you have or you want to do on the data, remember, the stakeholders have a say. They have a say on the data even more than you who is working on the data. They might also ask you, this is the format you are going to use on this data. This is the font you are going to use. This is the font size you are going to use. This is the colors we are going to put here. This is the type of date type you are going to use. I don't want you to use just date. I want you to use a short date or long date or whatever it is. All right, these are the calculations you are going to do. All right, as you are running your formatting, this set of things are going to be on capital letters. This one is going to be small letters. Those are the things that is important. Okay, so you consider them while doing your formatting. Okay, put your stakeholders first in all that you do with your data. Lastly, better understanding brings about better data formation or formatting. If you understand your data very well, if you understand what the data is talking about, if you understand what the stakeholders have said you should do, if you understand formatting so well, you can always format your data and get it to the best part. I hope this makes sense to you. All right, so I believe after this video you can always now format your data very well and have the best at it. Okay, the next video we're going to be talking about how do you format data. We're going to show you steps on what to follow, all the things you need to do based on what we have just talked about. Now we are going to start formatting your data on your own. We're going to do it practically and we're going to do it with you. So if you are here, if you are subscribed, go straight subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get all the values that you are supposed to have. All right, bye for now.